Coming up, the body of a missing SU student has been found. We're live along Onondaga Creek with details.
Plus, Governor Andrew Cuomo announces a new plan to combat hate crimes. We'll tell you the steps he's taking.
And the big game against Duke is just 2 days away. The race to join the campout starts tonight. We'll tell you everything you need to know to grab front row seats. Citrus TV News starts right now.
This is Citrus TV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Syracuse police believe they have found the body of SU student Allan Gonzalez. Good evening, I'm McElrath.
And I'm Toni Bianco. Police are waiting for an ID from the medical examiner to confirm if the body found is Gonzalez's. Citrus TV reporter Josh Meyers is at Onondaga Creek. Josh, what can you tell us about the search?
Guys, I'm here by Onondaga Creek, where Syracuse Police Department believes they have found the body of Allan Gonzalez, the student that went missing over Martin Luther King weekend. Now, we don't know the exact location, but the police say that he was found right here by the creek under this bridge right here, 690 at 11 a.m. this morning. Now, we are being told that the state police dive team found the body submerged underwater with the use of side-scan sonar technology. A police spokesman announced that the person found is presumed to be Gonzalez, but official confirmation has yet to come from the Onondaga County Medical Examiner's Office. Throughout the week, crews have conducted searches in the creek and in her harbor with foot patrols and drones. However, the team that ended up finding the body was the State Police Underwater Recovery Program. Now, reportedly, Gonzalez was having a night out in Benjamin's in Armory Square in downtown Syracuse the night that he went missing. Now, this is not an active investigation in an active crime scene because he accidentally fell into the creek on that morning at 3 a.m. Now, today, an email was sent out to students, faculty, and staff from Dean of Students Marian Thompson, saying that she joins Chancellor Kent Severud and our entire Orange family in extending deepest sympathies and condolences to Allan's family, friends, loved ones, and all who knew him during this difficult time. Now, students were also told that Allan will be remembered at this year's service of commencement on Tuesday, March 10th at 4 p.m. at Hendricks Chapel. Reporting live from Onondaga Creek, Josh Meyers, Citrus TV News.
Thanks, Josh. Now, the new Newhouse School is discussing how the university can move forward to fix bias incidents on campus. During a forum today, Associate Dean Hub Brown proposed the creation of a new mentorship program. They also are looking to promote the new Stop Bias initiative. This would allow students to easily report any prejudice they experience. The student response was positive. Students called for a campus-wide open dialogue.
The university also announced a campus visit. The Board of Trustees Committee focused on addressing diversity and inclusion. An email sent to students today says they will be on campus meeting with students and faculty in February. This comes after last semester's string of more than 18 hate crimes on or near campus. Governor Cuomo has been outspoken about ending hate crimes across the state. Today in New York City, he unveiled his new plan to bring them to a stop.
It starts first with proposing a new law, the first domestic terrorism law in the country, to punish these assailants for what they're doing and call it what they are. These are terrorists who aim to kill and injure people solely on the basis of their race, color, or creed.
Cuomo's plan is focused on increasing funding for security measures at houses of worship. $25 million goes towards boosting a program which offers grants for schools, daycare centers, and museums and camps. Cuomo made the announcement at the first ever No Hate in Our State conference. The governor addresses over 600 community leaders. They are discussing the best ways to keep their places of worship safe. The organizations can already access $45 million in security grants. This comes a day after Cuomo was in Poland to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the liberation of Auschwitz. The University Senate is asking SU Central administrators to hold off enforcing the new criminal background check procedure until it's reviewed. The Daily Orange says this motion came after the Senate Committee on Academic Freedom, Tenure, and Professional Ethics said they had concerns about the new policy. These concerns include the suggestion that current faculty will get background checks and candidates would not be able to appeal. Committee Chair Matthew Cleary and Interim Provost John Liu are planning to meet to discuss the policy next week.
A student at an SU Global Partner School is being treated for coronavirus. The student studies at the University of New South Wales, Sydney, where SU Abroad students attend classes through SU's World Partner Program. Officials say the student hasn't gone to class yet and didn't come into close contact with anyone else. SU is starting a new travel and safety plan to prevent the illness from hitting campus. This comes as the World Health Organization declares the coronavirus a global health emergency. Only 2 cases are in the U.S. And the University Senate has also released a report saying Syracuse University's endowment is expected to grow over 7% each year for the next several years. The Daily Orange reports SU's current endowment is nearly $1.5 billion, and it grew about 8% during the last fiscal year. SU's endowment is money from donors that is invested in the stock market and other assets. The money is used for scholarships and other programs. The Senate report says SU's endowment is ranked 81st out of 108 in value compared to other schools with endowments over $1 billion.
And with the highly anticipated men's basketball game against Duke just 2 days away, I stopped by a pretty unique shop to help me plan my outfit for the big game.
In just a few short days, students and fans alike will line up here to watch Syracuse basketball take on ACC rival Duke. But before then, you may find yourself here, in front of Scholars and Champs, a vintage shop that specializes in SU gear.
People kind of come last minute. I think, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday before the Duke game will be crazy. You know, I've definitely gotten tons of messages already and questions. So I know people will come out and get something to wear to the game.
Bert Offsesser, the founder and owner of Scholars and Champs, has collected thousands of vintage Syracuse items over the years that customers can browse and purchase for themselves.
Saltine Warrior. So this one is like I've never seen. It's the Native American mascot, but he says Syracuse Beach Club, and he's there tanning. That one's a hard one to find.
And even if you're looking for more than just some cool Syracuse swag to rock to the big game, Offsesser has it all. He's been collecting vintage clothes for years.
I was always, kind of into fashion as a kid. I kind of lived through certain eras, and, I always remember the clothes I wore. I even remember, stuff my dad wearing, old Lacoste items or old Nike jackets.
Offsesser, an SU alum himself, came to the Salt City thinking he wanted to be a fashion designer.
I thought I wanted to be on, the more creative side.
With that over, with this hat, with the basketball sweatpants and orange shoes.
And then I realized that I had more of a business mind.
I don't know. I was thinking to do it just along this middle row. How many do we have?
And now Offsesser believes that he found the perfect home for his business.
Toni Bianco, Citrus TV.
The big showdown between the Blue Devils and the Orange is this Saturday, but some students are planning to camp out at the Dome ahead of the game. The race for the best spot outside the Dome starts tonight. Otto's Army says there will be only one night of camp out before the Duke game. Dome construction is preventing the camp out from spanning over multiple nights. Students must go to the women's basketball game tonight to secure their spot.
The dates are set for an eventful fall 2020 semester. Coming Back Together 2020, an event which welcomes African American and Latinx alumni back to campus, is set for September 10th through 13th. Family Weekend will be October 16th through 18th, and Orange Central will be October 29th through November 1st.
And if you're looking for something to do tonight, you can join Orange After Dark at Dave & Buster's. The bus will pick you up from College Place or the Goldstein Student Center at 10:30 p.m. Tickets are sold out for the event. Those who purchase tickets will have a preloaded power card, unlimited video game play, and food at the venue.
All right, Amber, I'm really getting sick of this cold. I mean, at least it's not snowing anymore. We saw some sun today, but I wish it wasn't as cold as it is.
Yeah, when I was walking to campus, I had to wear my big fluffy jacket, a scarf, a hat. I was all bundled up and I was still freezing, but I'm also always cold, as you know. Now, I'm going to the women's basketball game tonight, and hopefully it isn't super cold on my walk there. Citrus TV anchor Liam Crowley is in studio. Liam, what can we expect?
Thanks, Amber. Now, it's 23 degrees outside right now, but it actually feels like 20 degrees. Compared to the days we've seen in the past, this is actually pretty consistent. A feeling like temperature of drop 3 is not too crazy. It's pretty good air quality, too, so it's okay to be outside. Taking a look at tonight in Syracuse, temperatures are very consistent to what you see right now. 21 degrees at 9 p.m., 22 degrees at midnight, and then 22 degrees at 2 a.m. Only a 5% chance of precipitation, and it's going to feel as low as 16 degrees, but nothing too crazy, nothing going to change drastically overnight. Now looking at your wake up forecast, it's going to feel like 27 degrees, or rather it's going to be 27 degrees, but it's going to feel like 22 degrees when you wake up with only a 5% chance of precipitation. Nothing too crazy here, cloudy skies, everything staying consistent to what it feels like right now. So if you're looking for what you should be wearing tomorrow, basically essentially what you wore today. Guys, I'll tell you more about my full Friday weather forecast coming up in just a little bit.
Thanks, Liam. New details about steps being taken to make Onondaga Lake Parkway safer. Today, the Liverpool Public Library held its second meeting to discuss safety enhancements to the parkway, which is a fatality rate that's 10 times higher than similar roads. Proposed changes from the community include reducing the parkway to 1 lane, creating a raised median, and reducing the speed limit. Onondaga County has its first ever Chief Diversity Officer. County Executive Ryan McMahon has nominated former county legislator Monica Williams for the position. Williams will oversee the County Office of Diversity and Inclusion, which runs operations related to minority hiring and human rights. The nomination comes after McMahon stated his intention to boost the percentage of minorities in the county workforce to 20% by 2022.
And Representative John Katko has concerns about the next step in the process of planning for the Interstate 81 through Syracuse. Katko says the process of reviewing a draft environmental statement for the highway will not be finished until December at the earliest. If any structural issues arise before then, Katko says that they may need to rebuild entirely. The State Department of Transportation supports the community grid option to replace the aging highway. And coming up, it's the last day of the impeachment trial before the Senate chooses if they want to call witnesses. We'll wrap up the day in Washington right after this.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
All right, Monroe, you ready? Monroe. Here we go, the butterfly. Ready? Ooh.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
The impeachment trial of President Trump continued today in the Senate. Senators got one last day to question impeachment managers before tomorrow's critical vote on whether or not to call witnesses.
Among the questions today, whether a president can legitimately request a foreign country to investigate an American.
Impeachment managers replied saying in most cases, no.
And over in the House, legislators passed a major bill aimed at taking back congressional war powers from the president.
One of the two votes today repealed the 2002 bill, which authorized the war in Iraq. A separate bill passed today prevents the president from using tax dollars to fund new military action in Iraq.
This comes following a January 9th vote, which mandated the president seek congressional approval before taking new military action against Iran. Life expectancy is raising slightly higher in the United States for the first time in 4 years. The report released by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say life expectancy in 2018 increased by just a month.
The report also says most of the death rates for the leading causes of death have been declining slightly. This includes heart disease and cancer deaths.
The report says there were more than 2.8 million deaths in the United States in 2018.
The New Orleans Saints have been working behind the scenes on the area's Roman Catholic Church sexual abuse cases.
Attorneys suing the church say hundreds of emails show the professional football team helping to shape the list of accused clergy. Attorneys are accusing the Saints of issuing misleading statements and saying they should not have a say in which names should or should not be on the list.
However, the Saints continue to say their public relations work on these cases were minimal. And the latest on Brexit, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo visited the UK today to discuss Brexit, trade, and Britain's recent decision to include the Chinese corporation Huawei in their 5G communication network.
The top U.S. diplomat criticized the decision, characterizing the company as an arm of the Chinese Communist Party. Despite intelligence concerns, Pompeo and Prime Minister Boris Johnson reaffirmed their commitment to maintaining trade relations.
A free trade agreement is expected to be negotiated following Britain's withdrawal from the EU.
And coming up after the break, I have everything you need to know about tomorrow's temperatures. Your Friday forecast in just a minute 30. Don't go anywhere.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver. The one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie, and then wham, bam, minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
All right, taking a look at your Friday weather forecast, waking up to about temperatures of 27 degrees with cloudy skies. Those temperatures are going to go all the way up to 33 by 11 a.m. and continue to eventually peak at 37 degrees at 3 p.m. And those temperatures are all going to feel like what they actually say on your phone. So 30 degrees is what you should expect for tomorrow. Very unlikely chances of precipitation, and that's why I'm putting my activity outlook at about a moderate. Very low chances of precipitation, only about 25% at its highest. Higher temperatures than past days, but still cold nonetheless. So whatever you dressed with today, definitely wear those layers tomorrow. Again, wind speeds hover around 3 miles per hour, so nothing too crazy in terms of air quality, nothing too crazy in terms of wind. Taking a look at temperatures across central New York now, everything seems to be in the high 20s or low 30s. We see Fulton up there, 25 degrees, and highs of 32 down in Binghamton and eventually to Elmira. Nothing too crazy regardless across central New York. Now, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about your 5-day forecast in just a little bit. Jenna, word is we got a pretty big women's basketball game tonight.
That's right, Liam. Syracuse is looking to get back on track against Virginia Tech tonight. Plus, the NBA made some changes to its All-Star Game format to honor Kobe Bryant. We'll tell you all about it on the other side of the break. Can you pass me that? I'm staying here, right? Thanks. I've never done sports on this side.
Yeah, aren't your graphics for me?
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where do cats go on vacation? New York.
I see you mobbing over her. Let's go. Let's mob. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, we mobbing. Come on, girl. Let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl. Hey, let's crawl. Hey, yo, let's crawl.
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
It's crunch time for Syracuse women's basketball. The Orange dropped below 500 after a loss to Wake Forest. That's the first time that's happened this late in the season since 2006. BTW lets also when Coach Q took over as head coach. SU hosts Virginia Tech tonight. The Orange look to change their momentum with improved shooting and a more dynamic defense. On the other hand, the Hokies don't want to change a thing. Virginia Tech is riding a 3-game win streak. The Hokies lead the ACC in three-point shooting. Plus, 4 players average double figures. Safe to say Virginia Tech is a scoring machine. Tip-off in the Dome is at 8 o'clock. Follow along at CitrusTV Sports on Twitter for updates all game long. And Syracuse men's basketball's 5-game win streak came to an end against Clemson, a game defined by a dominant Tigers guard and Syracuse foul trouble. Grad transfer Tevin Mack dropped 32 points, a career high, plus he tacked on 10 rebounds for a double-double. And 28 of Mack's points came in the paint. That was only made easier by the second problem. Both Barama Sidibe and Mark Dolezaj fouled out. That left true freshman Jesse Edwards. He held his own, but Edwards doesn't bring the same experience as a junior. Dolezaj has been an asset when he stays in the game. And the Orange have to put this game behind them, though, something forward Elijah Hughes knows well. Center Vernon Carey will be a big test for the Orange. He draws about 8 fouls a game, the 3rd most in the country. Plus the freshman is Duke's leading scorer, blocker, and rebounder. Talk about a well-rounded player. Syracuse and Duke tip off Saturday at 8 o'clock. And the NBA announced a change to the 2020 All-Star Game format to honor the late Kobe Bryant. The first 3 quarters will be mini games, meaning the score and clock will reset each time. Both teams will pick a charity, and the winning team's charity receives $100,000 each quarter. And the 4th quarter was different, though. A final target score will be set by adding 24 points to the leading team's cumulative score. The 24, of course, represents Bryant's jersey number in the final 10 seasons of his NBA career. The All-Star Game is Sunday, February 16th at 8 o'clock. And the Lakers released their first statement about Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna after they were killed in a helicopter accident Sunday. The team tweeted, "We are devastated and have been forever changed by the sudden loss of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna. We send our love to Vanessa, the Bryant family, and to the families of the other passengers." And a second tweet from the Lakers also added that words can't express what Kobe means to the Lakers, their fans, and their city.
Thank you so much, Jenna. And coming up after the break, we're actually going to have another look at our weather. Stay tuned.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Here's your check. Oh, you got it.
You know, since I got rid of my car, I really enjoy walking.
Okay. Got it. No.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates.
Oh, you're home early.
You live with your mom?
That'll set your game back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
All right, we're joined by our weather anchor, Liam Crowley. So can you tell us a little bit about what our walk to class is going to be like tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow morning it's going to be pretty consistent with where we're at right now. Around 27 degrees, it's going to feel like 21. Nothing too crazy. If you're going to wear layers, I would definitely recommend it.
So, Liam, the Duke game, you know, it's this Saturday. People are going to be tailgating all day. What can we expect weather-wise? It's going to rain? It's going to be cold?
Well, lucky for people who are going to be tailgating, no crazy precipitation. It's going to be pretty consistent. Temperatures are going to stay around where they're at right now. So if you're going to be wearing layers, I would definitely recommend that. If you're going to be wearing a basketball jersey, I'd say definitely throw a sweatshirt on underneath. We are looking at a high of 35 and a low of 27 with cloudy skies. So if you're going to be outside, definitely a long sleeve shirt underneath a sweatshirt and maybe throw on a jersey over to show that Syracuse pride.
All right, thank you so much, Liam. And a small town in Vermont is having a bit of an election themselves. Lincoln the goat and Sammy the dog are both running for the position of pet mayor. Fairmont, Vermont residents will be hitting the polls on March 3rd to cast their vote.
Lincoln the goat won the position by only 3 votes last year, but Sammy the dog, a canine officer with the Fairmont Police Department, is looking to put up a fight, and a fight I think he is going to put up, but I'm coming out of this one with Lincoln the goat. I think he takes it for the 2nd year in a row.
This is the first I've ever heard of a pet mayor. I didn't realize that was actually a thing that animals ran for.
Well, do you think they put in like their own policies? Because I feel like Sammy the dog could have some great policies on pet safety since he did work with the police department.
Should I nominate my own dog for pet mayor?
I think so.
I think Duke would make a great mayor. Now, that's all the time we have today on Citrus TV News Live at 6. For more on the stories you saw tonight and news from Syracuse, visit citrustv.com or follow us on social media at CitrusTV News. I'm Amber McElrath.
And I'm Toni Bianco. Have a great night, Syracuse.